Good morning, everyone. Today we are going to be looking at something very important, and this is Arena ICT Lab Solution. In today's technology, we have something that is trending, and that is the IP phones. And most people, they have issues with how IP phones are configured. So that's why we have come up today to talk and strictly talk about IP phones. So with this, we are going to look at a simple lab setting, and then from there we shall look at the configuration as well. Now let's have a simple lab setting. We shall need to have one router. Router, I can choose any model. For this lab, we are going to use 2811. Then we need to have also a switch, which can be picked from here. Then let's try to connect some 3 IP phones. That is one. We have the second one, and also we have the third one. Now these have to be connected, and we shall pick our automatic cable connection from there. Sorry about that. We connect that. Then also we connect this. We also connect this other phone to the switch. We also need to make this connection here for the switch with the router. So I'll just make that connection as well. Now this is the principle which we are going to follow. One, we need to give a static address on this router, which is going to work as our DHCP, which is 192.168.1.1, and let's use a subnet mask of /24. Now this router, we are going to use it as a DHCP. I already talked about DHCP in the previous configuration. It had 2 parts. So for those who don't know how the DHCP works, you can get time and visit our YouTube channel, such that you can be in a position to also know how the DHCP is configured and how it works. And make sure you subscribe, such that anytime a new video is published, you get a notification. So this router here is going to work as a DHCP server, and it will be the one to provide IP information to all these IP phones. So the first thing we are going to do now is to power on all these IP phones. Powering them on is simply connecting the adapter to these phones. So I'll click on the first IP phone. Let's pick this adapter. We connect it there. Close that. Do the same for the second one. Connect the power adapter. Do the same also for the third one. Connect the power adapter. So by doing that, we have already powered them on. Let's try to check this one here, why it is not on. Oh, we need also to power it on by connecting the power adapter. So after powering on your IP phones, the next thing we are going to do is to configure an IP address on this router 1, which is going to work as our DHCP server. This IP address, we are going to set it up on this interface, first Ethernet 0/0. When you point there, you'll be able to see it. It is first Ethernet 0/0. So we click here. Then we go to the command line interface. Then we put no. Those who have been watching my videos, I explained why we put no. So here we shall type enable. We put config T. We say interface FA 0/0 That was the interface. We connected our cable on the router. Then we put IP address. Our IP address is 192.168.1.1. The subnet is 255.255.255.0. Then we turned it on. We said no. 192.168.1.0. And the subnet is 255.255.255.0. Then we need also to dictate the default gateway that will be used by all our IP phones, and that will be the IP address we configured on the DHCP server, which is 192.168.1.1. So from that, we bring in now option 150 IP 192.168.1.1. Now, for those who have questions, you can write it in the comment section, such that your question can be answered. Then after that, we shall exit, and then we save. Saving, you can use the do write. It's very important always to save your configurations. The next thing you are going to do now is to enable the telephone service. By default, telephone service is not enabled on the router, so we need to enable it as well. And the command we are going to use is telephone service. That is the command we use, telephone service. Press enter. Now we need to dictate the number of directory we are going to have for this telephone service, and also we need to dictate the number of IP phones maximum we are expecting to have on our network. To do that, we shall say max dn. Let me assume it is 6. Then max if phone, the number of phones we are going to have, let me say there will be 6. Then we say IP source number, which is 2000. Now the next step is to put auto assign. We are going to say from 1 up to 5, and then also we say from 4 maybe to 6. Then we exit. Now the next task we are going to do is to assign the numbers that we shall be dialing on these IP phones. Let's begin with the first phone, which will be if phone -dn. That is the first phone, and the first phone we are going to give it a number. Let me say 54001. Okay, let's say 64001. The next phone, that is phone 2, we are going to give it a number 64002. And then the third one, we are going to give it a number 64003. Now, depending on how many phones you have, according to Autolog, we have only 3. So after doing that, we need to exit, and then we save our configuration. So we are going to type exit, or you can type end, and then you save your configuration using WR command. Now next we are going to go to the switch and do the same thing to configure it. We click on the switch, we go to the command line, and we put these configurations as well. They are very vital. We shall put enable config T, We say interface range. We are using first Ethernet 0/1 up to 5. Now these are the interfaces we are using. For example, here this is port 4, 3, 2, 1. So I can say from port 1 up to 4. Then I put your configuration. So by doing that, we are done with the configuration of our switches. We are done with the configuration of our switches. So we just wait for something here to change a bit. Yeah, now when you look at our topology, all the ports are now active. Now what we are going to do is to check for the information which is here. When I try to hover over this, we can see this device has not yet picked an IP address, and also it has not picked its number, the one we configured on the routers. But you just give it time. There's some kind of synchronization that is taking place. Yeah, there we are. Now this IP phone has picked an IP address which is there, 192.168.1.1, and the number which is there is 64002. Let's check also on this. This one is using 64003. And then this one here, 64001. Now we are going to test. We want to check if this IP phone can communicate with this other phone. To do that, we click on this IP phone. We go to the graphical user interface. Let's dial the number we assigned to this. This was 64003. So I'll say, but before I do that, let me also first open this, such that everyone can be able to see. So these are our two phones, and I'll go to the graphical user interface there. As you can see, the number for this IP phone is 64002, and this one is using 64001. So we are going to be here, and then we try to call 64002. So 64002. Let's dial and see. So this side we can see it is ringing, and when someone touches there, the two phones are now connected. So let me hang up this, and then I try also to call this. This one is 64001, 64001. Then we dial. So it is also ringing. I'll just pick that, and they will be connected. So that is how we deal with IP phones. I want to thank you once again for your time, and please make sure you subscribe such that all the videos that will come up, you get a notification. And in case of any comment, any question, you go to the comment section, and then we shall be able to address that question. Have a lovely day.